to the vibe where the bells get real. Crime time stories with that Crescent City feel. If you're new, sit down, let's begin the show. And to my loyal supporters, I'm glad you're in the flow. It's the city of soul, where the streets got flair. From the French Quarter beats to the Bayou air. This is more than a channel, it's a whole mood. We're talking life, love, and that southern groove. Like, comment, subscribe, come back again. It's Mocha's Nola Bells, where the real begins. Crime time stories with a thoughtful spin. If you're down for the truth, then let's lock it in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay. Breaking down the cases in a bold new way. Every viewer, every fan, y'all part of the crew. This is Mocha's Nola Bells, and we're here for you. We're digging through the mysteries, uncovering lies, shining light on the facts that the darkness hides. It's justice for the stories that need to be told. From the streets of Naziyah, where the truth runs cold. This ain't about the mess, I'm just speaking my piece. Focusing on the stories that the world needs to see. To my members and supporters, I see y'all too. Couldn't make these moves without the love from you. Like, comment, subscribe, come back again. It's Mocha's Nola Bells, where the real begins. Crime time stories with a thoughtful spin. If you're down for the truth, then let's lock it in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay. Breaking down the cases in a bold new way. Every viewer, every fan, y'all part of the crew. This is Mocha's Nola Bells, and we're here for you. A shout out to the fam, to my members and team. Y'all keep me grounded while I chase these dreams. From the mysteries to motives, every clue we break. It's love for the truth, not a move that's fake. No dragon here, but I'll call it like it is. Shedding light on the facts, yeah, you know what it is. So hit that button, pull up and stay a while. Crime time vibes with that southern style. Yeah, it's Mocha's Nola Bells, bringing truth to the mic. Crime stories that inspire from the day to the night. Hit subscribe, join the fam, let's dig in again. This is your home for the real, Mocha's Nola Bells to the end. Like, comment, subscribe, let's keep it alive. Every story we tell, every clue we revive. To my members and supporters, y'all the heart that dwells. Welcome home, y'all. It's Mocha's Nola Bells.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying. She dying inside, she ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. She said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test, but they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking her tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in a locker, the truth in a phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Portrayal lies, got 'em swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. go. Not a grave, just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziah loud till they feel that flame.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. Feel like I've been gone forever. Feels like I've been gone forever. That taking off Friday, Lord. That made that weekend extra long. But nonetheless, it is so good to be back. I see you guys. I love each and every one of you. You know that. And once again, welcome. Here at MOCA's Unfiltered, y'all already know. All opinions matter. Everybody is somebody. We respect one another. We love on one another. Those of you who are out there who have not yet hit that like button, please hit the like button for your girl. If you can share out the live, do that too. If you're not a member yet, please get a membership. We will be doing membership lives, possibly next week. We're going to do a membership live. But nonetheless, we're here. We're back on Naziah, because this case, for some reason, won't let me shake it, won't let me go. And tonight, we're going to talk about who's protecting who. Because in this situation, we understand somebody's truly being protected. Somebody's being protected. But before I get into this and do what I do, y'all know I got to do what I must do. We're going to keep our chat covered. We're going to keep our subscribers covered. We're going to keep me covered. The devil is a lie. We're not going to go and fight against the wars of the devils. So we're going to get our prayer on. We're going to speak to each and every one of our people, make it do what it do. And we're going to get started. Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening with humble hearts, seeking your protection, your wisdom, and your covering. Lord, as we gather in this sacred space to uncover truth and lift up the names of the innocent, Naziah Harris, we ask that you surround us with your presence. Cover this live stream tonight, Lord. Let every voice that speak and every ear that listen be covered. Shield us from any weapon formed against us, whether it be word, in spirit, or in secret. For no weapon shall prosper when truth walks before it. Lord, please expose every hidden thing meant to stay buried. Reveal the lies, unmask the manipulators, and dismantle the wicked networks that prey upon our children. We ask for divine clarity tonight, Lord, that every name spoken and every story shared be guided by your hand. Give us the strength to speak boldly and the grace to stand firm, even when the streets grow quiet and the enemies grow loud. Let Naziah's name be a light in the darkness and a reminder that these babies matter and that we will not be silent. We bind every spirit of distraction, confusion, retaliation, and fear in the mighty name of Jesus. And we release peace, power, discernment, and protection over this space and every subscriber tuned in. In Jesus' name, this is my prayer. Amen. Christian, my beautiful sister, welcome. I hope you and the family had a wonderful weekend. Prayers and love from mom and dad. Thank you so very much, Christian. I appreciate that, my love. Hey, Eno, welcome, boo. Kimberly Earls, hey, sister, welcome. Look at my sister, Dr. J. Hey, boo. Happy Monday to you. Look at my sister, Deidre. Hey, baby, welcome. Venetia, hey, baby, welcome, my love. Sister living life in Florida. Hey, my baby. Look at my sister, Miss Sean B. Thank you so very much for that super chat, my love. Love you, girl. And be careful. Be careful. One love. Hey, sweetheart. Happy Monday to you, beautiful. Ooh, it is truly Monday, baby. Looking at y'all, giving each other so much love up in here. Hey, Sandra, Doctor, welcome, my love. Happy Monday to you, beautiful. Happy Monday. Hey, my girl, Debbie, welcome, boo. Just Mona. Hey, beautiful. Hey, April, welcome, baby, welcome. Amani, hey, boo. Happy Monday to you. Cool Girl Sisters, hey, baby, happy Monday. Look at Mermaid. Mermaid, hey, sis. We're back in this thing, honey. Gangster, hey, my love. Welcome. One love, thank you so very much for that super chat, my love. Evelyn Glover, welcome, baby. Happy Monday. Hey, Jacqueline, happy Monday, boo. Hey, Tristan, love you, girl. Happy Monday. Look at Travis. Hey, Travis, welcome, boo. Hey, Sister Rock, happy Monday. Hey, my girl Jazzy, welcome, welcome. Hey, Sister D, love you, girl. And look at my sister Batty. Love you more, girl. Oh, it's so good to see all my people up in here. Hey, terrific. Happy Monday. Look at Sheena Boo. Hey, Boo. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Melanie. Welcome, my love. The gang's all back together again. I love it. I love it. Hey, my girl Kenyatta. Happy Monday, boo. Let's see where I'm at. Let's see. I don't want to miss nobody. Hey, Melinda Pear. Welcome, boo. Hey, Keith Style. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Amani, did I enjoy the weekend? I rest. I got so much rest, girl. And it was much needed rest. You know, I keep telling y'all, sometimes you have to take, I miss y'all too, just Mona. Sometimes you have to take that break. Sometimes you have to relax your mind. And that I did. I enjoyed every moment of it. Hey, Rachel, welcome, boo. And thank you for welcoming me back. Y'all, look, when I tell you rest, rest is needed. Hey, Charlotte, welcome, baby. That's right. To make sure you press that like button. Hey, Mariah, welcome, sis. Hey, my girl, SC, welcome, welcome. Hey, daughter. Daughter said I've been MIA, been resting on my vacation. Glad I caught alive to hear my mocha spill the truth in this twisted, diabolical mess. It's a mess. Hey, Miss T. Zeta, welcome, sis. Look at my sister Storm. Hey, beautiful. Oh, Lord. Let's see. I think I got everybody. Don't want to miss nobody. Look, Sunday Mag, hey, beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sunday Mag, I sent you an email, sis. Hey, Naj, welcome, sis. Happy Monday. Look at my girl, Donna. Hey, beautiful. Cool girl, sister says, Mocha, such a strong prayer tonight. Are our hearts going to be hurting? No. No. We're just going to talk about some things. Look at my girl, Platt. Hey, sis. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Lady K. Happy Monday, beautiful. All right. I think I'm where I need to be. Hey, Sherry. Welcome, sis. Hey, Black Beauty. Welcome, sister. Happy Monday to you. All right. Hey, Leela. Welcome, boo. Welcome. I be wanting to get everybody. Don't want to miss nobody. Look at Carla. Hey, baby. Welcome. Happy Monday to you. Miss Ebony BBW. Hey, baby. All right, I think I'm there. Look at Naj. Yes, we miss you, Mocha, but yes, get your rest. Nothing wrong with resetting, girl. You got to with this story and with all of them. If you don't reset, something is wrong. Charlotte, thank you so much for that super sticker, my love. If you don't reset, something is terribly wrong. Or you have another, ulterior motive. Hey, Top Flight, welcome, sis. I hope you're feeling better or feeling well today. Look at Boo Banger. Hey, my love. Hey, Gina. Hey, Dale. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we're there. We done made it to the bottom of the list. Thank you, Jesus. We're there. And y'all, the more I try to pull myself away from this story, the more this story pulls me back. I don't know why. I don't know why. But tonight I want to touch a little bit on who's protecting who. Because the way this story is going, right? The way this story is going. Just Mona, thank you, my love, for that Cash App. The way this story is going, or unfolding, should I say, it appears that with all that we now know, Annette is covering for Shannon. Shannon is covering for Annette. Marquita is keeping secrets for the both of them. That's what's going on with this situation here. There's no way we can exclude any of them. We wouldn't be where we are today with this case had it not been for Annette. Now, we know that Annette is, oh Lord, a piece of work. Definitely a piece of work. We're here because of Annette. We know that Annette trained Naziah to do things little girls just should not be doing. Can we continue to blame that on Annette's upbringing? No, we cannot. We cannot. Although Annette went through some things growing up, she experienced some horrible things. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did. And then she went on to raise her children in that horrible environment, teaching them the same tricks nasty tricks that she grew up doing. Was it right? No. But then we have to ask ourselves the question, when will it stop? It took Naziah to make it stop because Annette had gotten comfortable doing these things. Annette knows she created a monster, and along with the monster that she created, Naziah spent the majority of her years with Shannon in Clinton Township. Although Annette was her guardian, we know that Naziah spent most of her years at Shannon's until Shannon moved back in with Annette. Now, while Shannon is at Clinton Township, Naziah is there, Jarvis is there. How could we not believe that Jarvis had not touched Naziah under the age of 5? How can we not believe that Shannon had never touched Naziah? That baby was doomed from birth. She was doomed. Annette knows the dirty secrets. Shannon knows the dirty secrets. And together, they're doing any and everything to cover it up. Because my thing is, everything that came out about Jarvis Butts and what he did to these kids, there's no such thing as Shannon didn't know, and there's no such thing as Annette didn't know. The only time we've heard that it's been reported was in 2022. It was reported by the cousins in 2022 what took place at that birthday party. So when it was reported and CPS went in to question Shannon and Jarvis, Shannon clearly knew. So tell me why. Tell me why. Would Shannon get on that stand during that preliminary hearing pretending she knew nothing? Pretending the only time she knew was when she saw the text messages. That lie don't stop. Shannon is trifling. When you sacrifice your children for a man, that don't say much for you. And Annette being a grandmother. Annette being a grandmother is very questionable. Look at my girl, Top Flight. Thank you for becoming a member, sister. Thank you so much. So with all of that being said, Annette, being a piss poor grandmother that she is, we could go back to Annette on that witness stand. And we don't even have to go that far. When we say who's protecting who, this web, as we know, truly starts with Annette. Her behavior has been very telling from the very start. Red flag number 1 was when Annette didn't report Naziah missing until the next day. That was a red flag. To me, that meant Annette was comfortable with Naziah fending for herself. Annette was comfortable with whatever happens to Naziah, I'll deal with it later. Annette was comfortable with Naziah not showing up. And she was so comfortable, Annette was able to go to sleep that night with no worries. With no worries. Then we got Annette reporting that baby the next day. Another red flag. Who does that? What decent mama, grandmother, in her right mind would wait until the next day to report a child missing? And if that's not good enough, not only did she report her missing the next day, but she reported her as a runaway. We all know that when you report little brown children as runaways, they get no attention. No attention. So that was deliberately done. That was deliberately done because to report her as a runaway, she knew that nobody would jump on that case, at least not right away. So Annette, the monster, she bought time to do everything they thought they wanted to do. Everything they thought they wanted to do, as they thought they were sacrificing that baby. Weeks passed, days passed. Annette did not want to do a press conference, really, a press conference. They had to threaten Annette with jail. So does that sound like a concerned grandmother? Does that sound like anybody whose hands are not dirty? Something is wrong with that. One Love, thank you for gifting the membership, my love. That sounds like somebody whose hands are truly dirty, because you're not showing one care in the world. Not one. Not one. She get to the preliminary hearing. The lies she tells. Come on, Annette. Come on, Annette. I'm going to start reading these comments so I don't be so far behind this time. Mermaid Tay said, so we found out it's Jarvis that lived on Wilshire, like Miss Buell was speaking on. I really hope she can come tell us something. That's all we want to know. Where, Mermaid Tay, at the end of the day, all we want to know is where's our baby? And the sad part, Mermaid Tay, is they know. Jarvis knows for certain where she is. And I'm sure Shannon knows too. I am sure she will know too. Hey PJ, welcome, boo. Hell yeah, she's a Monster Key style. What kind of grandmother does things like this? Here you are, you done dressed that baby up at the age of 8. You dressed this baby up and while she was in your care, Annette. You started dressing that baby up with lipstick, perfume, dresses. You even gave her a street name, and you started introducing her to old men at the age of 8. That gotta be a sickness. Here it is, your brother. Hey, Mika, welcome, boo. Give Ellie hugs and kisses. Hey, Godzilla, welcome, boo. Who does this? And Annette, as if it was not enough. And it's like I just cannot get rid of all these things that you've done to this baby, Annette. As if you had not already passed or been passed on having relations with your own brother, Annette. How is it that you allow this very same brother who we all know is a tier 3 registered pedo. How is it, Annette? And we know that he's an angry pedo, a violent one. How is it that you turn loose your grandbaby to this monster? So was the few dollars he gave you that important? The few dollars he gave you, was it that important that you risk your grandbaby's life? Come on, Annette. Ain't no nonsense. Welcome, my love. Oh, Mermaid said call them flowers in the attic ass family, girl. I'm telling you, they're worse than the Whitakers. Worse than the Whitakers. Jacqueline, hey, baby, welcome, welcome. Right, Boobanga? House of Horrors. And what's sad is they all knew. They all knew. That baby didn't stand a chance. Hey, Bridget, welcome, baby. Keisha, welcome, my love. And it's sad. And not only, One Love says, I believe Jarvis been touching Naziyah since the demon met her at 2 years old. One Love, I believe that with everything in me. Everything in me, I believe that. And you know, being that I believe that, being that you're saying that, One Love, what kind of monster does that make Shannon? Shannon has to be the most sick, perverted, twisted mind individual ever, knowingly allowing a man to do this to her niece. So the relationship that Naziah ended up dealing with Jarvis, Shannon created it. She created it. She got jealous of her own niece, the one that she groomed for this man. And then she couldn't take it. Then she couldn't take it. These has to be the most sickest, twisted mind people ever. And we will never, ever eliminate Marquita. Because Marquita knows. Marquita knows more than we're giving her credit for. Because everything that Shannon done, Marquita was definitely a part of it. Key Styles said Shannon rather died for Jarvis over her own niece and children, poor babies. And look how many children had to suffer. Look at how many children had to suffer. Mermaid Tay says, old Kenya said, she ain't know nothing till after she went missing. But everyone was informed about that birthday party. They're all liars. Mermaid Tay, that part. None can't come out here telling me this, that, and the other, right? Because I've been stopped buying that bullshit long time ago. If you were told about it from that birthday party, which happened in 2022, and you did nothing about it then, and went to sleep that night, that meant you didn't care. Because per Journal and Kawana, when they found out about it in 2022, they made phone calls. So the people that they made the phone calls to can no longer, because it stopped then, you could no longer come out here telling me what you didn't know. Because damn it, you knew. You knew. But then you come out here and you're trying to make everything look good like you had no part. You're just as guilty as the rest. And at this point, all I can continue to say is, all of you failed her. All of you failed Naziah. And it starts. No, it don't start with the net. Well, yeah, I'm going to say it starts with the net. It starts in that bloodline. It starts in that bloodline. The twisted, evil, wickedness that comes from that Harris Gamble bloodline is diabolical. Something is wrong. Annette could not be a grandmother because she was too busy trying to be a poor ass madam, a failed madam. Then you choose to be a madam in-house, using your own grandbabies. And at this point, y'all, we knew in the beginning it was only Naziah. But at this point, it's deeper than Naziah. Annette groomed all her granddaughters. Now, if Shannon could sit there and touch her own kids, her own nieces, then allow this monster of a man to touch them as well, and allow her mother to groom them to be whatever she wanted them to be for a few dollars here or for a layup there, that is pathetic. That is pathetic. You sit there, Annette, your grandbabies suffered at your hands. Not only did your grandchildren suffer at your hands, Annette, but then we got to think about the foster children that were in your care. You groomed them the same way. They all didn't agree with your method. I truly wish there was a way, if this case is being investigated the right way. I wish there was a way where they could find out exactly how many children you reported as runaways. Because the sad part about it, Annette, they're being reported, but the children never resurface. This is sad. This is sad. Najah says, I feel like Mr. Butthead was having involvement with all of them, Annette, Shannon, and Marquita. I could be wrong, but I really think he had all of them stuck on dumb. And don't look, you ain't wrong, Najah. I don't care what none of them says. He had all of them. All of them. Marquita sits here and claims she didn't want a relationship with Jarvis because he was light-skinned. Marquita, go to hell. Go to hell. You and your sister are two of the same. Two of the same. And you had him before Shannon. Annette had him before y'all. And I'm sure Lady had him before all of y'all. What kind of family do you guys come from? Where as sisters and mothers, y'all don't mind sharing the same man. And then when that man gets tired of sharing y'all, right? He gets tired of sharing y'all. So, or whatever, however it went, then y'all push him on to these little girls. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense. Y'all didn't care about these children. These children was a meal ticket to you all. These children were truly a meal ticket. Rock said Jarvis was having his way with those hungry hippos, and he was. And he was. Key Styles, You said it, I said it, we all believe that. Annette sacrifices children. Annette has a black heart. Annette is a true definition of a witch. Because there's no way you could do that to your grandbabies. There's no way. It's enough you did it to your children. But then to do that to your children's children, you're a sick puppy. You're sick. Kenyatta said she was comfortable with her staying out all night long with Jarvis. Kenyatta, very comfortable. Very comfortable. No questions no questions asked. Because I don't believe it was just Jarvis. I believed it was comfortable sending them out at night with whomever came with $1. That's the way it appeared. That's the way it appeared. Annette received food stamps. Annette received state benefits for all those kids. Laying on her back didn't work. She wasn't bringing enough money in. So Annette used those kids for an income. I don't know what type of lifestyle Annette thought she would live or wanted to live. So clearly the government assistance wasn't enough. So Annette started selling these babies. Annette has a lot to answer for. And in my opinion, there were multiple men. Her own sons, in my opinion, has been with her granddaughter. If she was able to allow her brother to be with her granddaughters, nothing could tell me that she didn't allow her sons to be with her granddaughters. This is sick. This is sick. Hey, Mariah. Donna said, now they're looking like full-blown crackheads. Girl, they're gonna be looking worse than that. What happened to my life? They're gonna be looking worse than that before it's all over. I promise you. They definitely will. Mermaid take. Exactly, Mermaid. How you come up here? Still no tutor. Why did he even have to be informed? That's the question. That was a plot. That was a ploy. That was the throw off. Like everything else she's doing, throwing everybody off. They knew. They knew. Because like you say, y'all know they be with each other. And if she not with Jarvis, where could she be? They knew. Hey, Samantha, welcome, sis. The lies these people have told. And I'm going to go back to what I said before. Naziah was supposedly sick, laying on the floor. Guys, if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button. Thank you in advance. Naziah was supposedly sick on the floor at school. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Then Naziah supposedly gets on a bus to go home. Same day she's supposedly sick. And I'm going to always say that picture of her on that bus, that's an old picture. Something they dug up from the school district off the bus cam, probably from 2 years ago. Or that's somebody else, because that's definitely not Naziah. The body frame is too thin. Walking on that sidewalk, passing that ring cam, that's not Naziah either. That's another lie. That's another lie. And if we can't see through the tricks that they're throwing at us, something is wrong. And it starts with that prosecutor's office for putting out these horrible lies. That's not Naziah. That's crazy. And not only was that not Naziah on that ring cam, then it said Naziah walked 2 miles to go meet Jarvis Butts. That's another lie. Shannon knows the truth. And at this point, Shannon just needs to come out and tell the truth. Because either way you look at it, Shannon, whether you tell the truth today or tomorrow or whenever your time comes, your fate is still the same. So you're running around here like you're living your best life, knowing the shit that you done put this child through. Why? Why? It makes no sense to me. Bubanga says they know where Naziah is, and it's just trifling and sad. Bubanga, that part. They know exactly where she is. And you know, I also think and feel, this is how I feel. I feel that they're showing no emotions. I think this is not disturbing them. I think they're not bothered. Look at my sister Rock. Thank you for that super sticker, my love. Where the fuck is Naziah? That's all we want to know. I believe with all my heart that these people is calm. I believe that nothing is bothering them. Nothing is worrying them. They live in their best life because I believe they know that Naziah is not deceased. I believe they know that. I believe they know that. Dre said, and the reason I feel that way, Dre said right here on this very panel, when Naziah went missing, these people never attempted to look for Naziah. Hey, Ocean Waves, welcome. They never went to look for Naziah. Never put up a flyer. None of that. I understand that they're sick. I understand that their mind is twisted. I understand that they're working on demon time. I understand all of that. But although you're working on demon time, at some point, you got to have a heart. At some point, you would say, let me go look for this baby. Hey, Julie, welcome, my love. Oh, Naj, definitely not credible, baby. Definitely not. But at this, my thing is at this point, all this time has passed. And you hoes still ain't said a word. Antoinette, hey, my love. Never said a word. Boo Banga said this is a sickness. It's sad. Who does that? They do, Boo Banga. Look at my girl, Naj. Naj is a Nola Bell, baby. Thank you, my love. This is not normal behavior. Hey, Big Mama, welcome, my love. This is not normal. Hey, Rosalind. Rosalind says, hello, Mocha, glad you're back. Been missing you on live. Did you happen to ask Miss Storm about the book I wanted? Yes, she's in a chat. She's in a chat tonight. Sheena. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Her brother. Her brother. Mermaid Tay said it wasn't about the money for Annette. Mermaid Tay, if Annette's still looking to lay down and get her back broke, Annette got a problem. And hey, Olivia, welcome, boo. And I believe Annette has been with all of them. She's been with her son-in-laws, both of them. I believe that. Because what's keeping the other one there? What is, hey, Rena B, welcome, boo. Tristan said that brother was the test taster at Candyland. Tristan, and I believe that. I believe that. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. Poor Naziah didn't have a chance. Godzilla King says Shannon was touching that child as well. Now, Godzilla, listen at this. Not only was she touching Naziah, right? But then when her own, hey, Leanne, welcome, boo. When her own came along, Shannon touched her too. I believe that. These are the sickest people, the weirdest people ever. But you're walking around living your best. Hey, Tonya Nika, welcome, boo. They're walking around here living their best life. Hey, Shalonda. Shalonda said when you just hitting it, it is what it is. But when you make a baby, that's a different kind of sex. And that sent Shannon in left field. Shalonda, what makes it worse? She knew her man, the one that society had to give a chance to. She knew that her man was being with her niece. She knew this all along. So much that she knew. Shannon even had cameras set up in the basement where Naziah lived to see the interactions between Naziah and Jarvis when they were doing whatever the hell they were doing, which they shouldn't have been doing. Shannon's mind is sick. Shannon played this childish ass game with Naziah, pretending to be Naziah on these phone calls, trying to test Jarvis' loyalty or trying to see where Jarvis' head was when it came to his feelings towards Naziah and his feelings towards Shannon. Shannon is on demon time. Shannon is on demon time. Shannon would lay there and do whatever Jarvis wanted her to do in that bedroom. And then Shannon would send Jarvis to the basement. What kind of aunt does shit like that? What aunt would do shit like that? And Annette knows all about it. Nas says, I'm telling you, Mocha, he was freaking on Annette, Shannon, and Marquita. Is no way they all covering this bullshit up for him. Nas, listen. They're not covering shit up for Jarvis. Let me tell you. They're not covering up nothing for Jarvis. They're covering up for themselves. They definitely ain't covering up for Jarvis. They are covering up for themselves the part that they played. Hey, Becca, welcome. Right, Rock, Shannon. Yo, Shannon is Chester. Shannon is definitely Chester. Right, Bridget, that part. They knew. They're always a part of it. Mika says, and they never advocated for them babies, but want to profit off this baby's death, making a little bit of money. It's sad, Mika. It's sad. But they want to hop up here like they didn't know. They didn't know. Oh, hell yeah, you bitches knew. Mermaid Tay says, a net mother is the soul of pure damage and pain. Mermaid Tay, not only Annette's mother. Hey, sexy gal, welcome, baby. You got Annette's mother. You got Annette's mother. That line, that bloodline is longer than me. And that's sick. And we wonder why them girls walking around here looking like Egbert, two egghead twins, looking just like Egbert. Because in my opinion, those two girls is for somebody in that house, in that family. Incest does that to a child. Annette never learned. She never learned. Right, Mika? She did it to grandbabies and foster kids. Exactly. That's crazy. It's a damn sham for this. And this story just it gets more and more disgusting every day. One Love says Shannon is worse than Jarhead, rotten mouth. This time, they heard the wrong one, God's chosen one. One Love, that part. They didn't think Naziah would bring this much heat to them. They really didn't. And that could be why Annette sat quiet and didn't say nothing. Because Annette is used to things just going away. This ain't her first rodeo. I can promise you it ain't. Annette has done this time and time again with no questions asked. So then you have to ask yourself, what's the issue with CPS? How do they let Annette continue doing this same shit over and over and over again, but yet keep giving her children over and over and over again? Something is totally wrong with the system in Detroit. Because even now, as we speak, with all of this going on, Shannon's children has been taken away. Marquita plays hers with Debo. They took Annette's foster children. But I need y'all to help me, those of you that are from Detroit. Or you don't even have to be from Detroit, because common sense is common sense. Anytime children are taken by CPS, since when? I need help with this one, because I've never dealt with CPS in such a way. Since when does the neglectful parent has a right into saying where their child should be placed? Because as we know right now, Shannon's children are placed with a friend of a family because that's where she chose for them to go. Something is wrong with that. Something is truly wrong with that. Who gives them options? Not only who gives them options, but to know that Shannon is the monster that she is, and all the damage that she's allowed to happen to Naziah and to her own for that matter, and to her little niece for that matter. Why would they even give her visitation? Why would they even allow them visitation? Bridget says they could have stopped it a long time ago, but they didn't give a fuck. As long as the checks and EBT kept coming, that part, Bridget. That part. Mika says they have so much information on them under lock and key at this point. I would not be surprised if they have already looked into it. Mika, I pray to God they have. I pray to God they have. Becca, yes. She has visitation. That's crazy to me. Coco says, no wonder Annette never moved out that nasty neighborhood. Too convenient, Coco. Too convenient. Hey, Arlene, welcome, baby. Terrific says, Mika, they are worse than the unknown pedo lurking in the neighborhood. How can family go there? Listen, the sad part is all of that was going on at Annette's home, and that was a house of entertainment. People was going in and out of there like, I don't understand it. Mermaid Tay said, wait, Dre not dark skinned? So what is Marquita saying? She don't like Dre either, just using him for show. That's what she's saying, Mermaid Tay. That's exactly what my girl is saying. Contradictions like a mug. And when you say she was using him for shelter, it shows. Look how she got him kicked out of his own place. That's the Sinister Sisters. That's the Sinister Sisters. And what they did to Dre was just the beginning of who they are together. But I do believe, and that's just my opinion. Y'all know me. Dre knows a little bit more. Bridget said that's scary, sharing the same man. I guess they didn't care about catching disease, but what's sickening is those babies could have caught something. Well, he was the one to give it to him. He would have been the one to give it to him. He had already given an STD to a 4-year-old. So what makes us think if he gave it to a 4-year-old, what makes us think he wasn't still leaking? That's crazy. Mika said Ned is an old trick bitch, and she is a played out one, me. A played out one. When love says, I pray Naziah don't let him get an ounce of peace or sleep. I don't think she is one love. Look at the way they looking. Shannon drying up like a prune. All she have is a head. They out here smoking, drinking, running game on men. They're living their best lives right now before they go behind them walls. All we want to know is where's Naziah. And I'm with you on that one, love. Larry needs her ass whipping. Naziah's mother, Naziah's birth mother gets no pass. And we know that. Because I've always said, how could you, knowing all what you've endured, how could you drop that baby back in that mess? How could you? And we're no closer today than we were on January 9th, knowing where that baby is. Because you people, you nasty, disgusting, trifling people ain't saying nothing. And I do believe the one person that may fully say where Naziah is would be Jarvis Butts. Annette is guilty in this. Shannon, Marquita, Jarvis' baby mama. that was on that stand. She knows a lot. And I will never exclude Jarvis' sister because she knows a lot too. So if we look at this, it's a whole lot of people involved in this. More people than we could ever think. More people than we could ever imagine. Oh, it's big, big. It's big, big. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than Naziah. It's bigger than Dirty Detroit. But as long as money is moving, as long as the Arabs keep pushing money under the table, we'll never find out the truth. Because that's what's ruined, and that's what's ruling Detroit. That dirty money. But it's going to be Jarvis Butts to let everybody know where's Naziah. I hear the stories out there about Naziah is no longer here. I hear it. But do I accept it? Hell no, I don't. You all may say MOCA's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm a realist. And when I say I'm a realist, Kim Worthy could say all she wants to say. I read the charges that they have on Jarvis Butts. I read what evidence they have. And until they could present something, that can convince me, at least have something way more than what you got, then I might buy that. But right now, And as I've always said, as long as the Arabs keep feeding money to the prosecutor's office, and when I say the Arabs, that's because the Arabs is part of that trafficking ring. They're the traffickers. Everything happened at the little nasty, dirty, shady motels. The auto shop. Those little corner stores that's in Detroit. That's where all the little girls are. Believe it or not. And just because Jarvis Butts is locked up. Just because Jarvis Butts is locked up. Don't ever think nor believe that there's not 2, 3 more Jarvis Butts that can replace Jarvis Butts. It's a business for the Arabs. It's a business for them. And they find weak people like Jarvis Butts. Weak people like Annette. Weak people like Shannon to join the train. They find those that don't have love for themselves. They sacrifice their own. They sacrifice their own. And at the end of the day, when all of this is said and done, you're going to find names that pop up. You're going to be like, what the hell? The church, the DA, police officers. You're going to hear names of big people, big people. And that could be one of the reasons. It's not about them gathering evidence for Naziah that this trial is taking so long. Don't ever believe this trial is taking so long because they're gathering evidence. Because all the charges that Jarvis Butts has on him with the prior children, the other children involved, this should have been a wash hand done deal. So why are they taking so long? This is taking so long because they have to clean up what they messed up. It's taking so long because they have to make sure certain people are not implicated. It's taking so long because they have to erase Mr. Charlie, and they have to take out Mr. Floyd out of the equation, and they have to make sure when they do what they do, no Arab is implicated. They have to make sure no lawyers, no judges, no doctors are implicated. So right now they're dotting all their I's and they're crossing all their T's to make sure that when it comes to the surface, certain people aren't exposed. Because in all honesty, this case with Jarvis Butts is no different than the Ayanna Sawyer case. All this shit took place and happened the same way. In Ayanna Sawyer's case, he got charged. He got sentenced. There was nobody. But that case went. They didn't play with it. They did what they had to do. So why is Detroit taking so long? Why is Detroit taking so long? Reba, hey sister, why is it taking so long? They have a reason and they have a motive. And we have to believe that. Godzilla says, Mocha, I don't believe none of them. Not even the school to the police. Godzilla, I'm with you. I don't believe none of them. The school needs to be handled. The school lied clearly. And I believe with all my heart that everybody that sat on that stand told great lies. Great lies. Jacqueline says, One Love, I was definitely thinking the same thing. Not one restful night of sleep. I hope they relive every horrible thing that they did to that baby for all of her life. Can you imagine, Jacqueline? Can you imagine how that baby suffered? Hey, Red. Welcome, sis. That baby suffered her entire life. All Naziah ever had that she could have called her own was her dance, was her music. That was all she had. And I do believe that Naziah was expressing herself through her song and through her dance. And because we in the world, those of us that saw her videos, because I didn't, those of us that saw the videos before Naziah even became a topic, we looked at videos, scrolled past them. Oh, that's cute. But little did we know, little did anybody know, that baby was crying out for help in her videos. When Naziah took those clothes and created brand new clothes, that was a cry. Naziah's sitting there hungry. Butter and spaghetti sauce. That was another cry. Then when Naziah made that video and told Shannon, bitch, I got your man, that sealed the deal. That's right, Bubanga. Shannon knows. Jarvis knows. And God definitely knows. Look at Nige being messy. Shannon, come out. We ain't gonna jump you, psych. Yes, we are. She better know we are. Mermaid Tay says, I live in Detroit. When I say that's a good little walk, I don't think that baby walked that far in the rain and cold. Somebody picked her up, Mermaid Tay. The lies they tell. Naziah did not take that walk to go meet Jarvis. She did not. It is my firm belief, and I'm going to stand on it. Naziah was at Annette's house, and Jarvis picked Naziah up. I don't give a damn what they say. And to hold on to that lie as long as they have been. Tristan says, MOCA, I believe in my heart more than ever now. That example I gave of how it happened, I believe it happened like that. Tristan, I'm with you. You and I are definitely on the same page. We're speaking the same language, Tristan. The same way we say it went down, that's how it went down. The very same way. One Love says, Mermaid Tay, I believe, was already planned by Jarvis to pick her up. Shannon set it up. Shannon set it up. They knew that Jarvis was going to pick that baby up. Hey, Eno, welcome, baby. Ocean Wave says, they're allowing them to feel like they have gotten away with something. Too comfortable in their lives while into a toxic trap. Oh, hey, Tony, welcome, sis. Baby. Rosalind said, Miss Smoker, they all screwed up it. The whole family lived there as in the back of the class, no passes, and they're in the bushes, and Kenya, she's in there too. Girl, they love the bushes. They love the bushes. They let them have it. Those mosquitoes need to warm them up. And all we want to know is, where's Naziah? All of this could be over. All of it could be over. But to sit there and move around like they knew nothing, that's the part that gets me. One Love said, Dre said they didn't go look for her. Imagine that. Annette said in a press conference that they looked for her, hung flyers and everything else. Baby, the lies that come from them. And then when, like I said, Annette was forced to go and do a press conference. Your grandbaby. But they got to threaten you to do a press conference. If you don't, we go lock your ass up. She gets out there. That's how I know they know. That's how I know they know. Annette exact words at that press conference was, y'all took Naziah and y'all don't even know what's going on. Not a tear in the world. That woman said, y'all took Naziah and y'all don't even know what's going on. Then she said, please bring her home. Naziah could be in danger. Now, that don't sound like a cry for somebody that's missing. That don't sound like a cry for somebody that I feel is in danger. And that damn sure didn't sound like a cry from a concerned grandmother. To go out there and say, y'all took Naziah and y'all don't know what's going on. Well, Annette, I ain't gonna keep you long. Pop up in there and tell me, who were you directing that to? Who were you talking to, Annette, when you say Y'all took her and y'all don't even know what's going on. Julie, I've heard that too, girl, several times, but I tell you what, girl, I ain't about to buy that one. Boo Banger said these people are like a real life freak show, and they are. And they are. Keith Styles said yes. They were grooming Naziah to do threesomes. She texted Jarvis about it. Yes, Lord. Yeah, and it was Shannon. It was Shannon. Y'all, she knew. She knew. Hey, Paula E. Yep, she knew that Naziah was with Jarvis because she made it happen. Mermaid Tay said, I still want to know what Naziah meant by Jay do too much. Like, was he really having threesomes with his daughter and niece? Because why would she say that? Hmm, hmm, hmm. Mermaid Tay, that's a good question. But then we also have to ask ourselves, Mermaid Tay, was that Naziah? Was that Naziah that said that? Because if I remember correctly, Jernell says Jay is what Shannon would call Jarvis. Just like she said on that witness stand and called him Ramon. See, Shannon got it all twisted up right now. And it's coming out on her more and more. So I don't think Naziah would call him Jay. Especially if she felt in her little heart what she thought she felt for him. So when it came out Jay did too much, that's Shannon, boo. All day long. That's Shannon. Shannon is crazy. Keith Styles says Jarvis was rooming the house. He was running the house. He was the pimp. Girl, what a pimp. Tristan says they knew they had to make Naziah available for him. That's the only way he would come around. Tristan, that part. That part. Because if it was no Naziah, it would be no Jarvis. And they know that. Because he didn't want a Shannon. And Shannon knew Jarvis didn't want her. She knew Jarvis had women and little girls that he played with. And she was okay with that. Shannon was the go-to bitch. Whatever I say, do, you do. And she accepted that as well. Nard says, I feel Vari was a part of it too. I feel Naziah was afraid of her own brother. I could be wrong, but I just don't see the older sibling leaving the younger sibling in that situation like that. Girl, he could be a conversation for another day. Because I believe you, Nige. I believe you. I do believe that. Exactly. Top said, especially ever since she told Jarnell, CPS called her about it. That part. So she knew. She knew. Leela girl, I believe Jarvis is talking too. Naja said, what? Jarvis' mama passed away or something? Because we need to talk to her about the sick motherfucker she created, girl. If we could catch off of her bench. She out there. Mermaid Tay might have to go find her, but she's out there. Jacqueline wants to know if there are any thoughts on why his sister was so tearful on the stand. Guilt. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And I'm going to tell you why I believe his sister have tears of guilt. She claimed to have seen Naziah at that shop. Right? Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me because I don't mind being corrected. I believe those were tears of guilt for many reasons. Number one was the sister saw Naziah. Hey, Constance, welcome, my love. The sister saw Naziah at the shop. She said nothing, she did nothing. She claimed she asked King who Naziah was. King told her that was Jarvis' niece. First red flag. She knows her brother's history. She knows the charges that her brother has had all his life. She knows in her heart that she's told her brother, my daughter will never be around you. So why would she stay there long enough to get her car worked on? Seeing Naziah just freely moving around from the shop to the store and not do nothing about it. Something is wrong with that. Hey, Sassy, welcome, boo. Something is wrong with that. Hey, Arlene, karma definitely is. Sheena say what? How does that work? She had to say so where the kids go, girl, yes. Sheena said it sounds like a ring of nasty trafficking, Sheena. It's sad. It's sad. PJ said, Mocha, when those other children take the stand and testify, it will be all over. Those monsters will go to jail. PJ, I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Hey, Sunshine Sean, welcome, sis. I can't wait. Becca says they don't need to let us see them. The caseworker must be a family member. Becca, for some reason, their connections. And I don't believe it's family members. I don't even believe it's friends. But Becca, I don't believe none of that. I believe, Becca, what I believe is money talks. I believe money talks. And I think the dirty money that's coming from the Arabs to make all of this shit happen, I wouldn't be surprised if them children ain't with some Arabs. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Debbie, that's my point exactly. None of them should be allowed to be around children at all, including their own. That part. That part. Tristan said, why would she move if Shannon was going to go smoke with the pedals to bring them back to the house? Ooh, Tristan, right there. Why? Why? Look at Mermaid Ted, so silly. It's free Dre till he's actually free. Mermaid, Dre is out, girl. Dre got out Friday. Dre been hitting platforms. He been telling his story. Yeah. Becca said, I promise you they're going to find out where Naziah's body. Becca, let's pray it ain't a body. Becca, I do believe Naziah is going to walk in that courtroom. And Becca, even if she don't walk in that courtroom, I'm going to just tell you what my belief is. And I say it every time I'm up here. My belief is Naziah has been trafficked. That's my belief. I believe she's been trafficked. I believe Naziah is moving. That's my belief. I could be dead wrong, but that's what I believe. I believe that the baby is alive. She's just not here because she's a liability. She know too much. She done seen too much. I believe Naziah is still alive. Is Naziah in a space to be able to communicate with the outside world? Nope. Nope. Naziah could be standing right next to you or me right now, and we none would recognize her. I do believe her identity has been altered. I do believe Naziah as well. And like I said, they're going to have to bring way more than what they got to make me believe that she's not here. Jarvis Bucks ain't got nothing to lose right now. Absolutely nothing to lose. So why not tell it? Why not? Because all those other charges mean that he's going to sit there. He's going to be sitting a while. So why not tell it? Look at Christian. Christian says, sis, you are not crazy. I need something to tell me that she's not here, not flapping lips. You understand? Okay, Leanne with me too. Debbie says she with me too. I'm telling you, I believe this. Jarvis is the only one we can depend on telling where they put her. Debbie, I'm with you, girl. I am with you. Jarvis is going to tell it. Look at Annette. Antoinette. Antoinette, you tickles me with Kim, girl. Kim Worthy holding our cards till the end. She may as well drop them. Right, Tristan? Jarvis and the babies that's testifying that's who will put the nails in the coffin. This is a mess. Mermaid Tate says they're going to jail. Yup, they going to jail. I don't like Roxy, but she funny as fuck for that. Because they all need to be locked up. Her too. Look, when I say they knew, they all knew. They all knew. And I'm going to continue to say what I say. Nobody's going to change my feelings on that. Because in my opinion, Roxy got implicated when she was out here saying, Tavari, I'm not giving you a dime out of this GoFundMe money because that's for your little niece. How the hell you knew Naziah had a daughter? How did you know she had a daughter, but yet those that she was under the roof with claimed they didn't know she was pregnant? I'm still confused at that one. How is it that Roxy says, I'm not giving you a dime because this is for your niece? But Shannon, Marquita, Annette, y'all didn't know she was pregnant. That's what y'all said. That's what y'all said. Hey, T, welcome, boo. That's what y'all said. Debbie says cover up and corruption is what Detroit specializes in. I believe it because I see it right now. I see it right now. Right, Debbie? And Kim Worth is trying to protect herself in the process. Trying. Ocean Wave says, I know you're not supposed to use the word hate, but I hate that entire family. Ocean Waves. Whew. That's how I feel. Gotta pray on them. Jacqueline says, just from a few clips that I saw of Annette, she was an evil woman. Cussing the kids out before going to school. I don't know how she was able to have foster kids. If the kids ran away, I could see why. It's bad. It's bad. Annette's living a double life. Annette is one way inside of her home with those, she was. Let's use the word was. Annette was one way inside her home with those children. And then Annette painted a prettier picture for the public. Could that be why the neighbors aren't talking? Because of the picture that she painted? But then we saw the real truth the morning Shannon did that recording. Debbie says everyone that testified lied, including the authorities. We're going to stop right there. Debbie, everybody. Everybody. And what's sad is when you got authorities investigating the case and you get there and you lie. See, that confirms everything that I said earlier. That confirms everything that I've been saying. Why do y'all think they would lie like that? Why do y'all think authorities would get up there and lie like that? It's the money. It's the people that's bigger than them. And they all are afraid. If I slip up and say this, if I do what I took an oath to do, if I do the right thing, not only will my job be in jeopardy, but it's a possibility that my life too. Because the people that's behind the 8 ball is some real pool sharks. They're controlling the narrative of this entire investigation. And as long as this investigation is in the hands of DPD, it may play itself out for another 3, 4, 5 years. Because I tell you, if the FBI was involved in this, this would have been an open and shut case long time ago. Long time ago, this would have been an open and shut case if the FBI was here. But we got Detroit, DPD, and they're playing marbles right now. Most people would have played chess with this case. DPD is still on the checkerboard. And it's going to linger and linger and linger. And I don't want nobody to be surprised. Because I'm not going to even be surprised if through all of this, you check the jailhouse logs in a year or two and see if Jarvis Butts is housed anywhere. I do believe Jarvis Butts is going to walk. Even with the charges he already has. It's coming from the inside, people. It's coming from the inside. Exactly terrific. Naziah had to fend for herself. Tristan said, because other kids keep coming forward and they have evidence against Shannon. Her mama, Marquita. Oh, yes. Jarvis, his baby mama, went to hide the... Oh, yes, yes, yes. Jarvis' baby mama knows a lot. Hey, BJ, welcome, boo. That's right, Debbie. All her videos held messages. All of them. Red said spaghetti and what now? Not with 2 full-size refrigerators, a deep freezer, and a hazmat cold box. Red. Spaghetti, sauce, and butter. She said it. They said it was a TikTok challenge or something. I don't know, but just the idea. Becca says you're exactly right about that. They knew something had happened. Why wait the next day to report her? Because they knew. That's right, Antoinette. They're pitiful. Debbie said it did. It happened in that old house. The reason Annette moved out and the paint wasn't covering up roach droppings, they were covering up evidence. Debbie say that because, baby, when I heard that story about roaches, uh-uh, uh-uh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it because every house she lived in had roaches. So I use that as an excuse. Whatever was done to Naziah, whatever was done to Naziah, I hope you all know that it started in Annette's home. It started in Annette's home. And if you don't believe it started in Annette's home, go and ask Annette. Not only ask her why did she move suddenly, but also you all need to ask Annette if it didn't happen start in her home. Ask Annette why did she change out vehicles within the first week of that child being missing. Why change vehicles? It was running perfectly fine. It was taking you from point A to point B. But all of a sudden, Naziah is missing and you need a new form of transportation. That's because when what took place with Naziah took place in Annette's home and they transported that baby's badly beaten body out of Annette's home in that van. That van was full of evidence. And when, baby, now it says what they all forgetting. God take care of all fools and babies. What they're doing in the dark will come to the light and we go get justice for our baby Naziah and we will. Nige, and we will. Debbie says if you do that to your flesh and blood and act like it's nothing, it's unfreaking believable. Just inhumane from every angle. And that's what we're dealing with. Inhumane people. Top Flight says Roxy was always front and center for everything. I wonder why she wasn't present and part of the video shoot they did for Naziah. Isn't that questionable, Top? Isn't that questionable? Not only, Top, why was she not a part of the video shoot, right? Or why wasn't she present, right? But what I want to know that really shakes my curiosity is why wasn't she included in the 40 plus witnesses? Why? See, something don't set well with me on that one. There's a reason behind everything. And all we have to do is pay attention because eventually it shows itself. Hey, Shantae, welcome, boo. Look at Sunshine Sean. Let me read these comments. Bridget said, I didn't see any tears, fake crying and noise. She had no. Hey, Angela. Angela says, another question. Why didn't they ever give that baby a birthday party? It's just so sad she never had one. That goes to show you. Hey, hip hop, welcome, boo. That goes to show you how they treated her all her little life. Naziah was a nothing to them. Naziah was a paycheck, not a birthday party, nothing. Naziah was failed. Naziah was failed by Mervin, She was failed by Lady. She was failed by Annette. She was failed by Jarvis. She was failed by Shannon and Marquita. She was failed by Annette's sons. She was failed by Annette's nieces. She was failed by Annette's cousins. She was failed by the school she attended. And now she's being failed by those that we elect and put in office and pay taxes to give them a salary. She's been failed. She's been failed. Debbie said Shannon is crazy in love and would offer her own niece for a man that don't even want her. Don't want her. Don't want her. And sad part about it is not only do he not want her, but he told her he didn't want her. He told her he didn't want her. Hey, Serena, welcome, my love. Top said when she said that, she was talking about Janiah. Child, this is a lot. Red said Jarvis' mother and Annette's mother may be cousins or something. I don't know. I don't know. Key Styles, you understand? How could Jarvis' sister said, I saw the little girl, but I didn't see her face. Telling you, a witness stand full of lies. Julie says, I heard he did talk. And the person he talked to told what happened. And again, allegedly, Shannon unalived her. There's a lot of talk out here, but you have to be mindful as to what you pick up and run off with. Because all talk ain't good talk. All talk ain't good talk. Nah, you're right. I said the same thing. Jarvis' first baby mama and Annette looks like sisters. Oh yeah, they definitely has a resemblance. Definitely. Bridget, I'm with you. I swear I hope they find the kids that ran away because they got a story. They got a story. Mermaid Tay is stupid. Mermaid Tay says she mad. Everybody saw Jarvis' teeth but her. You ain't missing shit. Becca says she should have asked them who the girl was. She knew Jarvis could not be around children. That part. I have nothing for none of them because they're all lies. Shalonda says, Mocha, do you believe the alleged brother of Jarvis Butts? The phone call of him saying what happened? You kind of have said the same thing. Shalonda. When I first heard it, I didn't take it seriously. And the reason I didn't take it seriously is because that phone call repeated a lot of things that was said right here on the internet, right? That phone call came here with stories that they picked up a little bit here, picked up a little bit there from everybody's platform. They picked up something and created what they created. And what made me skeptical of it even more is that if you know all that you're claiming to know, why come to YouTube with it? Why come to YouTube with it? Why could you have not taken it to the authorities? Somebody who could have done something about it. That's why I didn't believe it to be true. Sassy says, Mocha, you remember Dre said that boy was another Jarvis, so he knows more. He knows more. So he could kick rocks too. Sassy. Girl. I keep saying he knows more. I swear. I keep saying, hey, Ida, welcome, boo. I keep saying he knows more. I don't give a shit what kind of stories he come out here and tell. And I just have to keep it real. I have to keep it above. I don't care how many stories he tell, right? I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm not Ayana Von Zant. I'm not her. I'm not here to fix relationships. I'm not here to fix nobody's life. I'm not here to hear relationship stories about what this one did and what that. I ain't here for that shit. And by telling the story of your relationship, you're throwing us off from what matters most. And I will continue to say the bits and pieces that you throw out here, you know more. Way more. And I believe that. And I'm not going to change what I feel as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact. Now you're just getting out of jail because she sent you there. And let me tell you, see, you have to be mindful of what you say. Some things are very telling. Just getting out of jail because she sent you there. Then you get on a podcast and you say this. Yeah, because when I got home, I saw she took our dog. Our, see that key word, our? That stuck with me and it never went away. So how is it that you're trying to get away from her, but it's our dog? If you're really trying to get away from her, fuck that dog. It would have been her dog. I don't give a damn who dog. But you stress our dog. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Something ain't right. And it's deeper, but I'm going to leave that alone because I feel what I feel. I think what I think. I believe what I believe. And usually I'm not wrong. Becca said it was on the news. They arrested some children that was kidnapped. Oh. Right, Debbie. That story about Porker being a little Jarvis. He said it. He said it. Red said those rotten teeth came from him munching on them rotten twins and their mama. Oh, Lord. T says, does anyone know if Ariel is one of the foster kids? And if she's been questioned? Annette said her name before morning prayer. She definitely did, but I don't know if Ariel, you know what? I actually thought Ariel was a middle name of one of those kids. So if Ariel is a foster kid, T, we gonna have to find this one here out. Thanks for bringing that back to my attention. Appreciate that, girl. Nar says, hear me out, Mocha. Yes, Jarvis is sick, but what if he was her scapegoat? He probably got her away from them sick ass people in some sick way. He feels he loved her and was helping her. Nice. Baby, look, see what you just said? Mocha agree with you wholeheartedly because that's what I've been saying from day one. I've been saying that from day one. And people were looking at me sideways. Jarvis don't love nobody. It was, there's a sick and twisted kind of love Jarvis had for that little girl. True enough, he groomed her, right? I'm not going to take that away. He groomed her for sure. But he was sick in the head with his feelings for her. T said, I believe she's alive as well. I want nothing more than for her to be alive. T, I'm praying. Huh? Miss Sean B said, yep, Jarvis' sister was guilty because she thinks she could have stopped it. Her being unalive, therefore, Jarvis Butts being blamed for it all. That sister definitely could have intervened. I don't give a damn. But then you have to look at it, they all on payroll. They all on payroll. PJ says, Jarvis said in that jail phone call, Shannon knows her position. When he said that, I was done. Because that lets me know he give orders to Shannon. And whatever Jarvis Butts tells Shannon, that's what goes. Whether it's good, bad, right, or wrong, Shannon is the go-to. Shannon, we the people want to know, what was your position? What was your position, Shannon? But yet, your niece is gone. T said, yeah, Miss Sean B, because I would have asked why she's not in King's Court if that's his niece exactly. Naziah says, I feel Shannon threatened him with his kids. If you can unalive or harm your own niece, what makes you think she won't harm her kids? She was jealous of Naziah and acted of rage. Shannon was behaving like a 13-year-old. 13-year-old. When you sit up there and let your own man touch your children, something is wrong with you, girl. And I know she threatened Jarvis in many ways. Ocean Wave says, Dre, let anyone move in. Let me see if I can get me a free spot. I have my own air mattress. Ocean Waves, you understand? It's crazy. That curse and prayer took me out. "30 days, girl, 30 days. PJ said the walls of Detroit will come down for all you corrupted demons. Justice for Naziah. Mika, we know there's no FBI, girl. Right, PJ? For the love of money, they will sell their own mama. Mika said, no way, Mocha. Jarvis is going to do life just with the molestation charges alone. Of course. All the charges all the charges that's racked up against him, right? We understand that once the charges are presented and the sentence is handed down, he's going to have numbers. He's going to have numbers that's going to keep him there for quite some time. I'm aware of that. But then the bigger picture, what I'm saying is the people that's behind him, the people that's in power, the people that's holding all this money, the people that's taking care of Detroit, the people that has all these secrets on lock. These people is going to free him. You could come back a couple of years from now and say, Mocha said that. Just look at how sloppy they're moving. Constance says, I wonder why King says he didn't find the phone. Constance, King said he didn't find the phone because the authorities got to the vehicle before King did. That's why King didn't find a phone. He didn't lie about that. King was moving to Jarvis's beat. He was definitely going to go and get that phone. But he couldn't get the phone because the authorities had confiscated that girl's car first. Jacqueline said they said he had pow charges and spent no time in jail for that. Jacqueline, it's the system. I'm telling the people, pay attention. If Jarvis was able to walk freely all this time with all the charges he had upon him, and I say that because that should have been the end of Jarvis' butts when the system knew, everybody knew that he gave a 4-year-old an STD. So if you gave a 4-year-old with an STD, that meant you violated that baby in the worst kind of way. So don't you think just that charge alone for a 4-year-old should have had him hanging upside down? It didn't. He walked. So if he walked from a 4-year-old, what makes y'all think he ain't gonna walk from this? What makes you think he ain't gonna walk from this? That same dirty money that allowed him to walk from that 4-year-old conviction is that same dirty money that's gonna make him walk from this. He ain't gonna walk away from this right away. It has to cool down. The whole case gotta cool down. Not only does this whole case has to cool down, it can't get attention. It gotta appear that Jarvis Butts is forgotten. And the minute America feels that Jarvis Butts is locked up and never coming out, and he's forgotten and he's not a conversation anymore, Jarvis Butts is coming up out of there. Debbie says, the thought that keeps crossing my mind is, they said Shannon was withholding food from Naziah. That broke me. That broke me. Who could do some evil, conniving, hateful stuff like that? But yet she was walking around here where she had to go through her door sideways. Sideways. Because she done ate it all. But you're neglecting food and keeping food from Naziah. Girl, stop. Sheena, you understand? Sheena said Jarvis just like Otis on Andy Griffith. He locks his own self up and let his own self out. Ain't that something? Mermaid Tay says Annette had them chains on the fridge, not feeding the babies. Had them thinking they had to, oh Lord, because the excuse was he was taking them to the store. That's what Marquita's daughter said. It's a lie. It's a lie. It is a lie. Oh, Constance, I saw that story too. Constance, I want to talk about that one as well. I saw another story today where CPS gave those beautiful little girls back to their mother, and she unalived the 7-year-old Constance. I saw that. My heart shattered. Mermaid Tay said nobody came to the tribute that Toot had up here. Me and Naziyah went. It was beautiful. Y'all didn't see Kenya? She was there. She was there, child. Right, sunshine? They was jealous of that baby. That's why they never cared about her. No birthday parties, no nothing. Oh, Sassy says she went too. Oh, that was nice of y'all to go, Sass and Mermaid. That was nice. Oh, is the trip? Oh, that was two different things: the tribute and the video shoot. Okay, and now I'm understanding. That's two different things. Ocean Wave says in Detroit, 4 strikes give you 25 years and no chance of parole. Ocean Waves. Jarvis on strike 10. Sassy says everyone in that house, DPD, CPS, and the school failed that baby, and so many others. So many others. me try to get to the bottom of these comments because my time is winding down. But I'll be back. I'll be back every night this week, y'all. I'm not going to leave y'all hanging. Debbie says, right, Mocha. As you can see, what I heard on YouTube streets had me swaying back and forth. I was so heartbroken earlier today, but I had to get my thoughts back on track. Girl, it'll send you someplace you ain't got no business being. Julie says, I do understand that, Mocha, and that's very true, but it honestly came from a very reliable source. I understand, Julie, but that reliable source will have to show me. Show me. Uh-oh. Terrific. Somebody got a question for me. Let me see. Terrific. I'm missing something. Hold up. Terrific. Let me get it. Go ahead on Ashtray. Ask your question, my love. Ashtray says, I have a question for you, Mocha. Go ahead on, my love. I got a few minutes left. Tristan said, this is my opinion. What if this setup was to get him out the way the whole time? Number one, he knew too much. Number two, 2022 was when the heat on the organization began getting sloppy and exposed. Tristan, again, we on to something. We on to something. Hey, Cynthia, you're welcome, my love. And everybody's saying that DPD is corrupted when it comes to children. That's sad. Tristan says, number three, he fell in love. Number four, he was already going back to the pen. Why not? With him gone, King will be the next in line. Tristan, that's it, and that's all. Hey, Dre. Dre popped up in the chat. What's going on, Dre? Dre, you're going to have to catch us a little earlier next time because, baby, I done been in here over 2 hours. It's time for me to roll out. It's time for me to roll out. But I'm waiting on Ashtray's question. So I guess Ashtray's question was not that important because I don't see the question. Yeah, Dre, I've been here 2 hours. I'm about to roll up on out of here. It's been an awesome night. The chat has been great. But we're gonna address some more stuff tomorrow. Julie Former said, hey, Almighty Stream Girl, you got to catch that replay. We about to roll up out of here. Tristan said that's why he was all laid back in that chair, swaying side to side like he knew what time it was. King did. King did. King was part of the setup. He was part of the setup. Right, Sassy, them three women, they are to blame for everything. Everything. So, guys, it's been a lovely night. I enjoyed each and every one of you. Thank you guys for the memberships. Thank you guys for the super chats and the super stickers. It has been awesome. We are out of here. And until next time, love and kisses, hugs all around. Love on your children. Let them know what's out there in this world. The good, the bad, the ugly. And no matter what, see something, say something, do something. And We'll be back here again. Good night, everyone.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing. I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. She said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test, but they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking her tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in a locker, the truth in a phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Portrayal lies, got 'em swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing. I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. I believe she's somewhere breathing slow. Not a grave, just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziah loud till they feel that flame.
Good night, guys. It has been a good one, and we're not, girl. We ain't entertaining all of that. We're going out on a positive note. It has been nice. Platt, shout out again for such a beautiful song. We love you. We love you. We love you, girl. Good night, everyone. Be blessed.